Hey, here we go. Good morning, YouTube. Sorry. Got a little gum in my mouth. Anyways, we got, some fun stuff, It's April 15th. Things are wild with the old stimulus package, throwing money around, but thought I'd talk about a few things. We got Andrew Fauci and Scarf Lady. What the hell's her name? Deborah? These videos, I don't want them to get redundant or anything, but since it's a coronavirus thing, it's always the topic of the day. And you wonder when you do stuff like this, whatever. People ask questions about this. Aren't you worried about when you're going to make somebody mad or No, I'm really not mad. I'm not worried about that. People worry about the dumbest things. How many friends do I have on Facebook? Well, I got 268 friends. Oh, you're famous. Wow. The big thing is of course, this Fauci is a crock of shit. This guy don't know his ass from a hole in the ground. Like, oh, Dan, how can you say that? Because I can say that. I've listened to him. He doesn't. He talks in circles. He talks like a goddamn Democrat. That's what he talks like. He's like a lawyer. They know how to just talk in circles. And they actually know how to write law so that no matter what end of the spectrum they're on, they can always use that law in their favor for innocence or guilt. It's phenomenal. When the government does something, you find out it's, let's just say, example, 698 pages, 14,221 pages. Who can put anything together like that? And that fast? What does it say? This Fauci and Scarf Lady, I can't believe that you can actually go on TV and listen to them spew that shit. They literally don't know anything about this. What people don't like about Donald Trump is this, and it's really simple to figure out what they don't like. Number one, I've said before, they're scholars, or they're well educated, and they think he just doesn't speak right, and they wish he spoke like the silver-tongued devil of Barack Obama. It just flowed out of his mouth like the sound of music, and you guys all got, whatever it is it does for you, have your little moment of ecstasy listening to that dipshit speak. The reason this is so easy for Donald Trump, and I don't mean the coronavirus, running the government is so easy because he runs it like a business. Just like these YouTube videos talk about the coronavirus, it's not a big deal. It's basically common sense. And the reason I talk about certain people like Fauci or the network media, I'm throwing Fox in there too because they're just spewing the shit too. They're just like a bunch of goddamn programmed sheep too. It's follow the money, people. That's what you got to do. Follow the money. Follow the money. You start to let some time pass, and you talk to people who neither work at they work at a mortuary or they work at a funeral home or whatever wherever they work, hospitals, nurses, and you could talk to enough nurses that have neither thrown in the towel and quit the nursing profession completely, because medical doctors are nothing more than drug pushers. That's all they are. And they don't, for the most part, know their ass from a hole in the ground. Almost all of them. When you take your car and your boat in to get fixed, we all know the trauma with that. Four-wheeler, weed eater. We know that it's the same thing as going to the doctor, except it's far worse. You have a way better chance of getting something fixed correctly in your garage, lawnmower, weed eater, four-wheeler, whatever it is, whatever you got, boat motor. And we all know the frustrating things that go along with that. But going to the doctor, to a medical doctor, they're just drug dealers. And half you people out there, you know who you are. You're junkies. You got your little Monday through Sunday plastic little flip-top thing. Junkies. Oh, I can't make it without this. Oh, the doctor said my cholesterol's too high. Oh, my blood pressure's too high. Oh, this, my LDL, I mean, my butt jam. I mean, it's comical. You know, oh, don't use butter, use margarine, it's better for, we all know how that worked out. Don't eat eggs, there's too much cholesterol. Your brain is floating in a bath of cholesterol. Most people die of heart problems and plugged arteries because of a lack of cholesterol. Oh yeah, that'll really shock a bunch of people. Well, Dan, where do you come up with this shit? Well, rather than dick around at Sam's Club or Costco looking for another bag of Doritos or another 10 loaves of bread or 200 bags of candy, the sugar junkies and the carb junkies, you should do a little research on what's going on exactly. I mean, the problem with everybody that has the little Monday through Sunday thing is in the cupboard in the fridge. That's where the problem is. And I don't mean the medicine part of it. I mean the stock cupboard where the food is, and the refrigerator. You fix the refrigerator and the cupboard problem, you fix the drug problem. You can throw the Monday through Sunday thing away. Oh, Dan, you better be careful. What if you say this and somebody actually listens to you? Well, I mean, you all got to take everything with a grain of salt. I mean, if you go back to my come-along video where you got to pull your head out of your ass, it's vital that your head is out of your ass and that you're, like, doing constructive research on the doctors, the nurses, everything they tell you. You just don't go in there and get your little, have your little appointment, go in there and say, well, you know, you got this, and here's a, tear it off. Go down to Walgreens and try this and let me know if it gets better. There it is, people. Let me know. Stop back a week later. You know, another office call for $150, $250 goes on your insurance if you got insurance. It's all about the money, people. I know you don't want to believe that. I know you think that for the most part, humans are good. And it would be nice to believe that, but it's really not that true. Number one, the people they work for and the machine they work for, the medical industry. Why is everybody dying of coronavirus? Why don't you talk to some nurses? Why don't you talk to some funeral home people? Why don't you talk to some people that actually are in the system? You know coronavirus cured cancer? What's a fact? Everybody thinks it's so bad. It's awesome. It cured heart disease. It cured strokes. It has literally cured every goddamn thing except itself. That's right. Death certificates. Everything's coronavirus. Every single thing. You know why, people? Because that's how they get paid. Oh, Dan, how do you know that? Well, I can't write it down on a piece of paper and list the exact person is in charge of the system who directs the money because they want it to be a mystery, number one. But I'll tell you this right now, FEMA's involved. And if the hospital does the right thing, you know, they got to get rid of the dead bodies. I mean, I don't know what you people think, but I think in New York alone, on average per day, outside the coronavirus, I think it's somewhere right around 500 people. 450 to 600 people a day die in New York. Well, just think about it. Average weight, what is it, 200 pounds? 250? I don't know. You know, everybody's getting fatter by the minute. Christ, I'm 5'10 and a half, something like that. 200 and I don't know. I don't weigh myself really. I kind of guesstimate. Probably 210 pounds, 215. I'm obese, for fuck's sake. You know why I'm obese? Because that works on the scales at the doctor's office for the scale of cholesterol medicine, heart medicine, blah, 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 where they make all their money. Big pharma. You people don't want to believe it, but and you all know you are. I'm not talking to everybody, but we know the junkies. I have no pills in my closet. I don't take pills. None. Zero. And I never will. If I had a friend that was a doctor and he said, Dan, if I'll give you a free exam, I'll check you out. Number one, I'd never let him do it. But let's say I did. Let him do it. And he said, you know what? I can tell. I've been doing this a long time, Dan, and I got friends. I get a second opinion. But you'll probably be dead in 5 years. Unless you do this, this, and this. And I'll get the prescriptions for you. Everything will be free. I wouldn't even think about it. I would never do it under any circumstances. Never. And people just don't feel whole unless they're junkies, unless they have all these pills. And then they got pills to counter the side effects of the pills. I mean, you turn the TV on, just about every other goddamn show you watch, there's commercials about this company suing this company because the drug was causing cancer, or your dick wouldn't get hard, or I mean it just goes on and on and on. I mean, it is really something. If I was Trump, I'd get that Fauci on the TV, and I would fire him publicly, and I would put everybody back to work. And that stupid scarf lady, I'd slap her in the head with her scarf. Get out of here. Go to the dentist. Get your teeth fixed. Jesus Christ. Go to the hairdresser. Open the hairdresser back up. Fix your hair. You look like a neglected mutt that just got dragged out of the frickin' bedroom and whipped a scarf on, and just disgusting. Well, anyways, so I think that's I'm on the way to work. Forgot some stuff, so I had to turn around. Oh, I think my phone kicked out. Anyways, that's long enough. Have a great day.